Hey everyone, you got me back on the pre-recorded. I'm here. And before I start anything, I'm definitely going to talk about the safari trip. But just a shout out to Vital Organics. If you're here in Rwanda, Kigali area, they deliver the juices. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, drinking this makes me look eclectic and full of life. Like, I be knowing about chakras. I say things with multiple syllables. The truth is I have cut a fool. But these juices are giving me life to make me feel like the amount of foolery I have cut is not as bad as it could be, because I'm drinking me a little healthy, organic, juicy juices to go through my system. Now, in this juice, I don't know what's in it, but I can drink it, and that means a lot, because y'all know them green juices don't always be popping. It's a little spinach. I think this one has a hit of lemon. Yeah, it's a lemon, a little ginger, spinach, cucumber. I don't know, it's got some stuff, but it's good on the taste buds. And it makes me not regret the 4 chocolate chip cookies I had last night. But I'm here coming straight off the dome. I want to talk to you a little bit about the safari, and here are some tips on how to make your safari memorable, journey beautiful, or whatever. All right, so tip number 1. If you're going to take pictures, get you a good camera with a good lens, because it's very hard to get the animals up close, and you want to make sure that you're really getting the details, because your eyes can see it, but you want to make sure that you have a lens that can really capture, because you're going to see so many additional things. Like, there's so many different birds. I saw beautiful birds. I saw this beautiful blue butterfly. Like, I just really wanted to capture the butterflies themselves. And then, like, if you ever seen, and I'm not joking, I really just thought it was like good animation, Lion King, and like those little intros and stuff, and how they always just have the birds in harmony around the giraffe head, or they have like the little butterflies and they all take flight at the same time and go. That is real. That stuff is authentically real. I just thought it was cartoonery being drawn out to, capture the heartstrings. No. The butterfly movement was so beautiful, and then around the animals, and it was just like the harmony of everything and all of that stuff. So first and foremost, get you a good camera. Or, this is my other piece, this is tip number 2. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a memory is worth 1,000,000. Put the camera down sometimes and just take it in. I will not forget the way that zebra was standing like right next to the car and mind their own business. I'm never going to forget watching the giraffe just chew the leaves. Like, sometimes you can get so caught up in your technology, so caught up in your cameras, and so caught up in things that you just miss the small little moments. And those moments are the moments that you need to make peace. Those are the moments that's gonna keep you from being senile when you older. You're gonna turn around and they're gonna be like, "What's your name?" And you're gonna be like, "I don't remember. Is it Pookie or whatever?" But you're gonna be like, "Oh, I do remember going out to Rwanda, being a safari and seeing the animals." Like, those are the memories you want to have. And you don't get to capture the best memories when you're trying to remember what filter you're using, or trying to get the perfect angle, or you're trying to get the animal. You're willing the animal to look a certain way so you can get the perfect picture to post on Instagram. Sometimes you just got to be in the moment, so you can come back and close your eyes and say, I remember when you showed me all of life's beauty. I remember. So that's my tip number 2. You take some moments away from the camera and you breathe it in. Tip number 3. He who holds the steering wheel is the one that controls the music. The safari itself, like before even driving to get to the safari. But the safari itself is an all-day thing. Pick somebody who can drive but also pick somebody who like got the right music taste. Like Baby Let's Cruise is not what I want to see when I see the giraffes pouncing through the forest and stuff. Now, I love me some Smokey, but that was not a Smokey moment. I felt like it was more of an Afro beats type of moment. I would even go with some Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It was not a Megan Thee Stallion moment. Like, there are moments that music goes to. So he who is with the radio either's got to be musically harmonious and one with all the music. Like for me, I can't be the driver because my music mood, it's really tight. I had to, and I was really on some Africa by Toto. Like I had to put my headphones in and I was just like, down Africa, I dream the plains down. I was really on like Blue-Eyed Soul Africa music for whatever reason during that whole thing. Like I was even on some Take On Me by Aha. Like I don't know what mood I was in, but he who has the music, he who has the steering wheel has the music, and you want to be able to enjoy it. And personally, to me, I think the animals need to be communing with the music. Like you got to find you some stuff that they enjoy. You can't just roll up in the giraffe clan playing body yada 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 yada. Like they ain't twerking. The baboons ain't out there twerking like, oh, that's my jam. They're not doing all that. You got to be one with the music. Okay. If I'm still on tip numbers, I'm on 4. You need a big car. You do not need a Corolla. You do not need a Camry. You do not need, I don't know what, you need a big car. 1, you're in the car all day. Bring snacks. Well, that's 5. I'll go to that in a second. But you're in the car all day. And that car got to go through rivers and terrains and the car is going to be like the way the roads are is like a stress journey. Like that person has been through some things. It's like hearing a testimonial at the church from the lady who used to be down the street selling crack rock. Like everybody do, like you in tune to that testimony, but it'd be a whole bunch of like things you ain't see coming. That's how that drive is. So you need a driver that's good, but you need a good sturdy car because legitimately, our car did not get stuck. But like somebody who was like trying to trail our coattails because we were seeing all the good animals. Get you the guide. Don't get the Kigali guide, even though they'll tell you to. Get the guide. The actual park has guides. So get the guide from the park because they also have an insight on who saw what when. And there's a different communication. You want to make sure you're spending your time finding the animals and not just looking for the animals. But going back to... they also know where all those areas are, so you have to kind of know those roads. So you want to be able to do that. And, the story was, so some other person, they was in the car. I'll just talk about it. Number 2, let your guide sit in the front seat. Let your guide, don't be selfish. Let your guide sit in the front seat. They had their guide in the back seat. I noticed this from afar. And they was coat-telling us because we had the good guide. And then what happened is we got up and skedaddled because we had big wheels. So we could skedaddle. They stuck it. They got stuck. We heard through the grapevine, they got stuck. And they was just stuck in the terrains of Africa. They was stuck. And it cost $70 USD to unget stuck. Which I think is good money and it's fair because you don't know what's all out there. And them brothers have to work and there's a lot of mud and stuff. And then they out there with the animals unsticking you. So you want to get a good car. Good car. So I guess I'm supposed to be going to snacks, but before that one is don't be cheap. Like there are certain times in life when you can budget and all that other stuff. For the safari, for any of those things, if it's add-ons, pay for it. Don't be cheap. This is not the time for you to make wise monetary decisions after you was balling in the club last night. Like, don't be cheap. Pay the money. Pay for the good vehicle. Pay for whatever. It is worth it. Now, get snacks. Get snacks. Get snacks. Now, the park itself has a little place like a cafe where you can purchase your snacks. And so what happened is I ended up purchasing like a bunch of sandwiches, and they were good. But in the future, like if you can pack your own snack Be very, no littering whatsoever. Even that's the thing, like we didn't get to have water because of the bottles. They were like, we don't want you to throw out the bottle, so we had to like bring the soda bottle cans back, and everything was like biodegradable and everything else like that. So pack your snacks. Be very cautious about trash stays in with you, and you dump it out at the very end. And but you want to have your snacks. You do not want to drink a lot of water. And I said this in my other video, and I say that because you know the ability of your bladder, and what people tend to do, what I tend to do, is like I try to go on a health kick at the wrong time, and I'll praise you because I want it to be like, ooh, I'm not drinking enough water, I'm dehydrated, but something said bump it, like my lazy jeans popped up, and it really worked. Because that whole day for that trip, like we left at 6 a.m., got there around 8:30, didn't start the safari until 9, was there, we didn't get to the picnic stop until like 12, and then we turned around and didn't drive back until 3, went back to the picnic stop at 3, no, went back to the picnic stop at 2, and then we were finished at 3. The entire time, I used the bathroom in the designated areas. I used the bathroom at the picnic stop. I used the bathroom before we left on the trip. I used the bathroom when we got back. Your girl is not popping a squat. Not saying I'm too good to pop a squat. I've popped squats before. I've had to. Situations be happening. But when you out in the terrains of Africa, and the park is legitimately the animal's home. You are visiting. I am not running off into a bush to make something happen. Fellas, y'all got a blessing. Y'all can pop a cup and do what you need to do. Either wear an adult diaper or make sure your water intake is exactly what it needs to be. Because I'm telling you now, I'm not going over there and that's another trick. Pulling it all down. So the trick is, for those who travel long distance, I got this from my mama, wear a skirt. You wear a skirt because you can just flush it out like that, and you just look like you're curtsying while you're taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. But like when you wearing jeans, you gotta unbutton whatever else like that, bring them down to the knees, you gotta arch your back, you gotta push your back here, and all this other stuff. Then you don't want nothing to startle you or get you, because you can't jump because your legs is tied up, and so you can't run, and you got stuff all over the place. So either or, wear your skirt or be dehydrated. Works for me. I survived. I made it through the plains of Africa. That song was popping. Y'all youngins don't know about good music. So that's those tips. You got the it was always something to do. The actual views themselves were gorgeous as well, so it's not just about the animals. I will say that the safari, they have like these packages where you can stay in a camp and you can do more. I would definitely suggest to do that. You're not going to see every single animal in one day. It is not time for y'all people who are late. You need the whole day at the park. They have a nocturnal safari, which actually in hindsight scares me, because I know it's coming out at night. The freaks come out at night. I know what comes out at night. I don't want to be part of that. But that means those animals are there during the day too. So there's so much to see. We did not get a chance to see the elephants. I am actually fine with that because I saw so many other blessings. I know that I will be back. I know that it's something that just want to support and make sure it's happening. There are some beautiful stories. Once again, you want to know how the guy to have the history. I did not ever post like the bones. They had like the skull of an elephant head, massive, just massive. And they had so many other things. So it was just beautiful. But those are my tips to going to the safari park. You go. That's one of the main tips. You go. You definitely go. You experience it. Don't be trying to do all the most coming out the doors, trying to get that picture. That picture might get you. So I'm already halfway through. I'm gonna be so healthy. My skin is gonna glow. It's gonna glow. It's gonna glow some more. And That's it. I think that's really it. The truth of it is you be in the moment. Be in the moment. Be there. Look around. Take a picture in your mind. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's beyond worth it. So I will talk to you later. This is another J Essence journey. I hope that it was insightful and put a little bit of information into your day. Oh, your clothing, make sure that you're covered. I talked a little bit about the flies. The flies were only in one space. It really was not a harsh deal. This is the difference I'm going to say that you need to notice. Like when there's a fly around. What do you do when there's a fly around? You shoot. You be like, the fly, the fly. I gotta put my hands down. When people go like this, when something's flying around, that thing is dangerous. Like you notice how you do a mosquito, you be like, like when you beat yourself in order to get the insect. So I don't know what insect there was around, but I legitimately saw my guide one time be like, wasn't stressed. Then my guide came out with the paper towel, was like, whatever that fly was, that's when I knew it was real. Like, cause she came out with the grip, and it was popping and tapping and tapping and popping, and it was like a fight. So, whenever you see people doing that, have your long sleeves, be whatever. There was a fly that came through the jeans on me, and I was like, what? I was shocked on that. But make sure you have all that. That was my tidbit, hint, tip. But until next time, holla at you, J Essence. All right, peace.